Is it right you do a whole podcast about keeping up appearances?
Yes.
Wow. All about keeping up
It's
appearances.
niche.
Yeah, listen, people love
But
niche.
people love niche and people love keeping up appearances.
There you go.
I can't get the internet to see who won the poll last week for the Maroon 5. Who won last week's?
Callum.
Rightly so.
Yeah, I agree. What an episode as well.
It was a good one, yeah. It's a good
Well,
one.
that's actually quite good. It was very good. He was sound. Have you heard any of them?
Wasn't that good?
Best thing ever. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, he did seem to enjoy it.
It's me. You've just got to promote this podcast. I've said it from day one.
Yeah, you have. People need to leave out of your book, don't they?
And not moan about it all the time as well.
I don't moan about it. I like to
You did initially.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you came round to Miles and went, this again.
You didn't have any twirls though. That's where Bob learned.
Yeah, I know. I'll never make that mistake again.
Bob knows how to treat me well.
I know.
It's Carney, what's he going to do? Ready! Jackson, ready! Oh, yes!
Welcome to this week's episode of Keeping Up Appearances. We don't have a guest this week, but we are pleased to have Tosh back with us. So we are back to our usual form. I'm sure he is pleased to be back. He missed a good episode last week. Thanks again to Rob for joining us. It was a great episode, then a great Maroon 5, which we'll talk a bit about later. But before we start, we'll head over to Sean, as we always do, for any given Saturday.
It's weird. It's weird when you say that, Carl. Just that voice now. Just
radio, innit?
That's the money.
I'm up now. Trust me.
Wow.
Life's different.
Honestly, I'm getting a bit nervous talking to you. I'm fine with you though, Bob. Don't worry. Right.
Some of us haven't got the voice for radio, have we?
I've got the face for it, so I'm alright.
I was just going to say that.
I beat you to it.
I set that one up.
Another song of the week, The View.
What's that song?
Face for the Radio.
Oh, I've never heard it. Unless it's
That's
Same
nice.
Jeans.
I think it's on the same album, but
Yeah, play that. That's well better. Both games are from Saturday, September 25th, 2004.
Good weekend.
I've gone very early this one. And our first game, I reckon you'll do all right. First game. Second game, I reckon I've got you. First game is Newcastle 3, West Brom 1. 4
I assume
scores.
is one of the Newcastle goal scorers now bald.
Yeah.
It's Alan Shearer.
Yeah. That was a tap in, to be fair.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if
You
it
always go for a bald one, even last week.
What'd you say, Tosh?
You do always go for a bald one, though. Even last week there was one, but there wasn't there? I was thinking that listening.
It was Andy Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Shearer just score one, Sean?
Baldy Union. Yeah, just one.
Is another of the Newcastle goal scorers Peruvian?
No.
Who's that you think of? Solano?
Nobby Solano, yeah.
Was one of the Newcastle scorers ever on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here?
No.
Peter Andre play for Newcastle?
If he did, it'd be my answer for Maroon 5.
Was one of the Newcastle goal scorers French?
No.
Were one of them involved in the scrap in the middle of the pitch, which Gareth Barry broke up?
Nope.
Was one of the Newcastle goal scorers another striker?
Yes.
Was he Shola?
Nope.
Has he been an answer in Maroon 5 recently? Not Maroon 5, whatever this game's called, any given Saturday.
No. However, one of them has been chosen for a Maroon 5 once upon a time.
Oh.
Who was the other team, sorry, Sean?
West Brom.
West Brom. And there was one, wasn't it?
Yep, 3-1.
Is one of the West Brom ones Paul Shiner? One
No.
week it will be.
And it's not Jason Kubath either.
Is it Super Kev?
Nope.
Ooh.
I think he'd have joined January of that year. Just wanted to give props to Super Kev. He's not been well, has he? I don't think.
No, apparently
Oh,
not.
really? Oh,
The absolute
Shout out
king.
Super Kev.
Struggle here.
is
Oh, God.
was the West Brom scorer a midfielder who came through the ranks at Man United? Looks a bit like Jesus.
It wasn't Jonathan Greenan, no.
No.
Seen him on something
Oh,
yesterday.
oh. Nigel Quashie, whatever his name is.
Quasi, no.
Yeah. Ah,
Just because he was it once doesn't mean he's going to be again.
mate. It's always full out, so I might be Nigel Quashie.
And he's a
was the
baller as
West
well.
was the West Brom Hungarian?
No.
Was
What's
Gira
his name again?
Hungarian?
I don't know, but it's not Gira anyway. I'm Googling where this fella's from. I've got a feeling I know where he's from, but
Just tell us once you know.
okay, no. It's probably what you think it is. No, it's not
I don't know who he is yet, so I don't know.
not an exotic.
He'd have been up front for Newcastle around that time then.
Is he English?
No, he's a Maroon 5 nomination.
Oh, Lovencrand.
No, that wasn't Maroon 5.
Oh, for God's sake.
Jesus, Bob.
What
To be
was
fair,
that
Bob's doing
again?
well to remember people who've been mentioned who could be. I think he's doing a good job here. I can't think of anyone ever.
What?
Maroon 5.
Oh, you're not going to tell us which Maroon 5 are you?
No, but I can tell you that Bob chose him.
Tom Davis.
That famous Newcastle player, yeah.
Was it Baines?
Gaza? Far
When
too
did you
late.
pick Gaza? And also,
I'm go-
obviously not.
I think what?
Kevin
What?
Keegan.
Do you want a clue?
Yeah.
He's Dutch.
Clive Earth.
Correct.
It's Clive, yeah.
Yeah, good one.
You got one more scorer.
It's the other Newcastle player. Did he play for another other Premier League teams?
Yes. And I'll give you another clue. Still is.
Whoa.
James Milner.
Correct.
Oh, good one.
Oh, Bob.
I mean,
There
not
you go.
really. He's the only player still playing.
That
Once he's
was
out the
brilliant.
four.
I think that's the best answer ever.
You've got a West Brom player.
This difficult.
Yeah, can be.
Has he also been a Maroon 5 nomination?
Absolutely not.
So it's not Kanu.
Was his first part of his name an equine animal?
It was.
Is it Dean Horsefield?
That's not unless
What's
it's
his name, is it?
Jeff Horsfield.
Jeff, isn't it?
Is he the brother of Dean Horsefield?
There's the name for the episode.
Yeah, Dean Horsfield.
I tell you what, honestly, God, I've just pulled out Horsefield's
great
name
shout,
from
that was a great
absolutely
shout.
nowhere, and I'm getting stick because I couldn't remember his name. First name was Jeff.
Where did Dean come from, though?
Dean Gaffney, I think.
Yeah,
Remember he
there's
kept
the
them
one.
up. That was the year they were the first team that were bottom of Christmas to stay
Yeah.
up. That was
Was
that year, wasn't it?
the Robson? Yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh,
didn't he
we
score?
should've-
Didn't he score the
should've
day
said-
that kept them up?
Is it Kieran Richardson as well, was it?
He also scored. Yeah, good answer, Callum.
Right, so that's all of them. Patrick Kluivert, James Milner, Alan Shearer, and then a late consolation by Dean Horsfield.
That they were good answers. Them Sean's. That was a good game to pick. That they were good. Any given Saturday answers. Them.
Well, I think
Textbook.
I think this one's even better. I don't think he'll get this one.
This one.
No, I mean I don't think he'll win this game.
Okay.
So we've got Bolton 1, Birmingham 1.
Mm.
Could any of the Bolton players be filed under the category Streets Won't Forget?
Not in a traditional sense, but
No.
in a very much of that era.
Yeah.
Did he have big curly hair?
He'd have been in the main category, wouldn't he? Has the Bolton fella had a mention on this podcast before? Did I guess him the other week? Or did I mention him in the last one we did? Morton, no, what's the other ped? Henrik Pedersen.
Oh no, it's not Henrik Pedersen. No,
Is he from Liverpool?
Definitely not.
Was he a central defender?
He was.
Did he? Was his someone Jaidi?
It was well done.
Shout and a
Fucking
half.
hell.
Answer.
Radi Jaidi, yeah.
I actually knew his name was Jaidi, but I didn't want to guess. I thought, if I can't guess Jeff, I don't want to be trying to guess his first name and
Yeah.
cause another incident.
So yeah, so well done. You got Dean Jaidi there.
He scored. I remember we played them and he scored. I think he scored. We beat them 3-2 quite late on.
Yeah,
Do you
I remember he
that one?
scored in
He
7. Yeah,
scored against that one. That was one where, they were up there. It was the year we finished 4th, wasn't it? They were sort of up there around that time. It was quite a big result.
Birmingham player, English.
I think so. Let me just double check.
Is his second name a first name?
No,
Rules out Stern John.
Is his second name a second name then?
do you know what? Not really.
Is a first name I might get confused and call a different first name like Dean.
Again, absolutely not. No,
Oh, so it's obviously a bit of a.
he is English, by the way.
He's English. Oh,
Is he from Birmingham?
didn't even know what nationality he was.
Did you not think he was English because you didn't know? Like, did you think he was British, but you didn't know if he was English or not, or did you think he was?
No, it's one of them. Like I might be treading on eggshells here or saying something
Yeah.
wrong, but he could be from anywhere. This fella.
Right, okay.
In fact, wait, let me just check.
We'll hand that
Yeah,
sentence to the
sorry.
solicitors.
Sorry.
No, yeah.
He represented another country. That's why it was.
Right,
I was
okay.
calling me out. He did.
Ah,
You've got away with that, well, don't you? You don't.
This
need
have been Steve Bruce's Birmingham.
Potentially, yeah. Like the Christoph Dugarry, that era.
Was it him?
Was it him?
No,
Does he present a 5 Live show with Chris Sutton?
no,
Is it Chris Sutton?
no.
Did he score an overhead kick on Easter Sunday?
He did not. No.
Um,
Also, this is Birmingham player, isn't
yeah, good point. Trying to link too much back there.
I've got
centre forward.
No, I've got a good link from the pod 2 weeks ago for this,
Go on.
Go on.
which I've just discovered. Played for Senrab.
Oh.
Did he?
Who was Semrab?
The East London grassroots team.
Oh,
who
okay.
Ledley King plays for.
Yeah.
Or played for. He doesn't still play for them. That'd be
He
weird.
would be very good. Yeah.
So are we safe to assume he's from London originally, yeah?
Yeah.
Was he to be said to establish a position midfielder?
Oh no, not him. Sorry.
Who are you going to go for?
Clinton Morrison.
No, he's not a striker. He's a.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, he's a midfielder.
I don't remember much of that team.
I'll give you a big clue. This fella is synonymous with another Premier League team. Not for Birmingham. He's like, if you think of him, you think of another team.
Are they in the Premiership now?
No.
Have they been recently?
Yep.
Leeds.
I was just naming teams.
Leeds. It's the team Leeds.
No.
Leicester.
Oh, I've got him.
Yes. Okay.
I've got him. Is he Turkish?
He played for Turkey, yeah.
Is he his first name something you potentially have as facial hair?
Correct.
Is it Muzzy? Is it?
It is Muzzy, is it? Well done.
Well done, Sash.
Yeah, they're two good scorers as well. Let's be fair.
Yeah, it was a good game, that.
It was a very good game, Sean. All good scorers. It was very much a champ man game. That memories of Championship manager, Sean. Good players. Dean Horsfield was great on that game. I always used to sign him. He's right, Sean. Well done. What are we calling that? A draw?
Nah, I'll give you it.
Give us it.
I'm not precious.
Go on then, nice one, well done, Sean. Yeah, give us it. I was thinking, what was the game?
It was Wolves, Sheffield United, wasn't it? After that disaster class last week.
Yeah, right, okay.
Matt Murray.
Yeah, right, okay. Are we going to review that or not?
Sorry, can I just throw it out there? Matt Murray actually played for Wolves for 12 years. But they only played 92 times.
That's
Wow.
grim, that.
He was also terrible on Soccer Saturday as well.
Yeah.
I used to hate him on that.
Didn't he come into SFX one day?
No, that was Tony Warner.
You big racist.
No, I'm sure Matt Murray did come in, didn't he?
No,
Why?
No,
Why
that's
would Matt Murray come?
That
I
was
don't
Callum
know.
Murray.
I think he was on
Oh,
supply.
What did you think happened, Cal? Just every year, an obscure Premier League
No,
goal came out or something?
I thought it was like Keeper Appearances sixth form edition. Just like,
No, they said when he used to sign in on the desk, they said, "Could you possibly be an answer on any given Saturday in a few years?"
I thought, are we going to review the Wolves game with Sheffield United?
I don't even. I can't even remember what the score was.
1-0, wasn't it?
1-0 Wolves.
The only thing, though, I'll say is fair play to Wolves, because do you remember in the prediction start of the year, I had Wolves going down.
Okay.
Like
I need to go back to some of them predictions. Some of them,
No.
Callum's team to watch here, Burnley looking were good.
No, I meant to watch them as in like watch them go down.
We're just not doing the game then.
It's not do the review, go straight to Maroon 5.
Yeah. I've got nothing. Has anyone got anything to contribute to it?
No, the only other thing I was thinking is, could you, if you wanted to, which I don't think I would do, because we've already given it, could you talk about Everton's point reduction? Because we did talk about that when it happened, didn't it?
Callum's already had his say on the radio.
Yeah, just
say, Callum, if you want to listen to the views, listen to the news from 7 o'clock on the 27th of Feb.
Anyone want to talk about it?
Well, I do think me and Tosh are being censored.
Max, and to be fair, Max messaged me and said he wants to talk about the points deduction and the fact that Jayden Danns has won a trophy before. Like the last time Everton won a trophy, Jayden Danns wasn't born and his dad was playing.
Oh, what a boring stat that is.
Something like that, and now he's been born and won a trophy before Everton have.
Why are we taking a Yanks opinion on board?
No, I'm not even going to do it. That's what Max.
You've done it. You've done it now. It's going out live, Cal.
Also from my end, the Dan's family.
Howdy.
Yeah,
Talk
stuff, aren't they?
Oh, that kiss ass Tony Bellew was posting about it the other day, wasn't he?
They're like best mates, though, aren't they?
I know.
Yeah,
Bob, we just got on record. You slagging Tony Bellew off. If ever you bump into him, we hear that. Tell you what, you've got a big problemo.
I'll test this chin.
Well, I've slagged off that Holland fella. You've slagged off Bellew now.
Tory gobshite him.
And Callum slagged off the other China. I'm looking at
Who are you slagging off, Sean?
no one.
Oh, ball.
I'm the producer here. I can't be doing that.
Ah, right, okay. I don't really think there's anything to add on the deduction, really, is there? And you could just put the voice notes in.
No, if it's not good enough for Radio City, it's not good enough for this.
Well, mine was good enough.
Put mine in then, Sean. Just put mine in.
Yeah, I'll put yours in here.
Yeah,
You're just lucky, Cal. I didn't have my microphone with me. I reckon it was only in because I didn't get in because of the muffly sound. I was doing mine in the car.
Tosh, go on. Do you want to take it away? Do you want a link in Tosh or John? Sean, do you want a link from any given Saturday to them? Hand it over to Tosh?
No, it's fine. I'll have a bit of instrumental music playing it. I'll just link in naturally.
That instrumental music gets stuck in my head for about 3 days after I listen to it.
It's great, isn't it?
Oh, it does me head in.
Oh.
No, but just it
Put on
being
the
stuck.
reviews, please, Bob.
It being stuck in my head, I mean, not the music itself.
Okay then, so we'll have a look at Marooned 5 then. So obviously last week I wasn't here and the lads produced a great Marooned 5 and an absolutely deserved winner in Callum, who's I think a future Netflix documentary, definitely. Callum's Playing Out idea. What was the name of it again, sorry?
Said it, Playing Out.
Was it just Playing Out?
Yeah, see, it's stuck in your head. That's what I mean.
That's what it's that big. It's big.
Yeah. Massively.
Yeah. So that was our winner. That's going to the Islands. The lads, Van Basten, Pogba, Jason Kumas, all getting a go at that game. A few of the different games. See what Kumas can offer. This week we're going a slightly topical one, but based around a couple of things really in the news that we've seen. So the first one was Eric Cantona singing on a Michael McIntyre show. And the second one was we spotted that Ben Arfa is now one of the leading players in the paddle game. So what we thought we'd discuss this week was footballers who've had success in other careers and our sort of favourite stories or favourite footballers who've done something like that. Is there anyone who wants to jump in first?
I didn't know that we were adding successful careers.
Oh, no, it didn't have to be successful. Maybe we weren't having successful careers. Why do you want to start off, Bob?
Yeah, well, I'll start off. I've got two, just because I want to talk about one of them. So the unsuccessful one, I've obviously gone for another couple of Everton links here. So the first one is going to be Royston Ricky Drenthe. So he probably should have been my Maroon 5 for careers that ended too soon, because he was obviously a football genius at one stage. I think he retired at like 30 or something like that. He had a bit of a nomadic career after about 4 good games at Everton. But since retiring, he has dabbled in fashion, music, and acting as well. And when I was doing my research, at one stage last year, he was in the running to be the next James Bond. And when I say in the running, he was 500 to 1. So that's not who I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for someone who's had massive success, but I think the research and the case for him is based on rumours, really. I'm going to go for Thomas Gravson, who's become a bit of a professional poker player in Las Vegas, seems to be living the high life. He's apparently now worth 100 million quid, which would probably doesn't have much to do with his Everton salary, but seems to have done pretty well for himself since his career ended. So I'll go for Tommy Grav, Mad Dog.
What is he? Is he supposed to earn his fortune just through like poker, or is it some sort of business thing?
Business dealings, but I think the bulk of it has come through professional poker. So
I thought poker and property in Vegas.
Yeah.
I think done well for himself.
Yeah, done well for himself. I think he's married to some form of supermodel as well, so he's clearly having a great time over in Vegas.
That season we spoke about in the first one as well would have been the season he went to Real Madrid, I think, in January, wouldn't it, as well? Just to link back to that. He had a great start with Everton. Yeah, he was great, Tommy. Big fan.
Great player. And I just wanted to mention Royston Ricky Drenthe, because he was a comedy genius, the man who apparently got sent home from training because he laughed at Phil Neville for trying to do step-overs. I think he took a couple of strippers to the hot tub at Finch Farm and was supposedly frequently in Crunchy Fried Chicken in town. So, what a fella.
Also, a lot of people would say we would have won that semi in 2012 if he'd have been there.
Yep,
He wasn't
definitely.
left at home.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not a fan.
Oh, he was declared bankrupt a couple of years ago as well, so that's why it didn't officially go for Royston.
Yeah, because apart from that, he'd have won.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight
on the island.
That James Bond gig.
Imagine Royston Drenthe playing right wing and Kumas playing left wing, cutting in. That'd be lethal, though.
That's true. I can't really argue with that. Any other thoughts on Tommy or Royston?
Another of Sean's lookalikes.
Drenthe. I wish. Now, I remember, Bob, do you remember when we were younger, like, 13 or something, and we went on to the pitch with Dave Ixon, me and you, and like your Pat and that, and all we wanted when we went off the pitch was to get a little like nod off Gravison, and we were just screaming because he was on the bench, and he
did, didn't we?
Yeah, he gave us a little wave, and it was one of the best moments of my life.
I've got a picture of that in my dad's.
Very good then. Anyone of us here next to it? Radio City's Callum Murray want to step up?
I'll go next. Go on. I had a couple I was thinking of. I had one like kind of serious one. It's probably definitely the most successful. But I won't go with that. I'll go with football and TV's hard man, Vinnie Jones, who obviously had a acting career after his football career. I think it's quite interesting that in football he was kind of self-professed hard man, and then he kind of was typecast of that really in his acting career. But to be fair, looking at some of the films he's been in, they're actually quite big. Obviously in Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, and Snatch as well. I think he won Best Actor at the British at the Empire Awards for that.
What awards?
He did the Empire Award for Best Newcomer in Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, and the Empire Award for Best British Actor in Snatch.
Can I ask what the Empire Awards are? Or...
You can.
Were they just in town?
I think it's just his I think it's something his family set up. I think I don't know. I think it's just his mum and dad were like the board and that thing.
You've just slagged off Vinnie Jones now as well. Got Bellew after Bob, Jones after you.
I picked him up as the most successful, and then he was
We'll have a Misfits boxing deal.
Yeah.
He was in Gone in 60 Seconds, Mean Machine, The Big Bounce, obviously Extras, which was a massive one. He's great in Extras.
I was just going to say, Cal, I hope he doesn't watch this because he'll think I'm Ross Kemp.
He's going to go absolutely batty, you sure? And then I didn't know this, but he was in X-Men as well. He was in the X-Men film and played a fairly big role in X-Men: The Last Stand as well.
Well, he kind of played a very big role if you've forgotten he was in it.
I've never seen it, so I just didn't know he was in it.
How did you forget then? You never seen it.
I said I didn't know. Sorry, I didn't know he was in it.
Yeah,
But,
get it right, Cal.
I didn't realise he'd had such like a serious acting career as he had. I thought he kind of like was thrown in certain things, but I think for someone going from football who's not an actor and definitely didn't grow up in that kind of world,
How
he's
do
kind
you know?
of thought. I just don't think he really grew up as wanting to be an actor. I don't think.
His mum and dad own the Empire Awards.
Yeah, but yeah, I think he kind of made a bit of a name for himself over in America as well. Acting, which obviously landed in the X-Men role. I think he's been NCIS Los Angeles too. So yeah, I'll go with Vinnie Jones. I think he's done quite well for himself, to be fair, as an actor, as someone who's probably not like a massive star in football. Like, he obviously didn't like transcend football to make a career he has done in acting. I think you've got to hand it to him, to be fair. You know, I think his last one was in 2021, and his first one was in 1998. So that's some like longevity that to be in and around the industry. So yeah, we'll give it to Vinnie Jones, a nice second career in acting. And I'm scared of him because he's dead hard.
I don't think he is.
I hate Vinnie Jones, mate.
Oh,
he's trying to be Ross Kemp, isn't he?
Super army soldiers,
stripped to the waist. I just think he's a massive bully, and like I hate footballers that like he got by. I know, like you'll have people who go, you know what, he was actually a decent player, and he wasn't. He was just a big bully. He just goes through people, and I just think he just made a living. Even now, he's making a living off not being a very good footballer.
I don't know. I don't know. I think you could play at the top flight, even the FA Cup and things like that. I think he must have been. There must be more to it than just being a hard man, surely.
No, but there's not though, because I think there's a
otherwise I'd have made it.
There's a place for a leader, and he doesn't have. He might not be the best player, but he was a good leader, if you know what I mean, and in very specific teams as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, but again, you know, he played for that Wimbledon side most first. Didn't he go to Chelsea as well? You know, again, sort of. I don't know. He's before my time. I've also seen none of his films either, so I can't really see.
Not even X-Men.
Mean Machine.
Mean Machine.
I haven't seen it. No, not interested.
I'm not seeing Mean Machine. Oh, come on, Tosh, play the game. Yeah, so I'm going Vinnie Jones as a successful acting career after football.
Good suggestion. I think that was a. Sort of could have been an obvious one if we weren't going for Cantona and his singing.
Yeah, well, Al does like going for the obvious one, doesn't he?
It's true, actually. I thought his playing out was obvious as well, really, when you think about it from last week. I did tell him that. Do you want me to go, Sean, or do you want to go?
I'll go if you want.
Yeah, go on then.
Right, so my nomination this week it was the first name that came to my head when we discussed this topic, because quite frankly, I don't think it's even in question. So I'm not confident with this one. But I think the heart of this man, through his football career, through his life afterwards, is the word versatility. This man could do anything. And that was proved by the fact. Yes, Bob?
Did we meet him once at V?
Well, I didn't, but I think you lot did.
Oh, right, okay, carry on. Sorry. It's another
Yeah.
of his careers, though.
Well, yeah, we'll get on to it, don't worry. But yeah, so when you think back to his footballing career, not only did he play centre half, he also played centre forward. He could do pretty much everything, including always scoring against Everton. And he did something which most people, or a lot of people, would like to do, which is headbutt Robbie Savage. So obviously, I'm talking about Dion Dublin, whose post-football career is like, I think it's like something off like a Cards Against Humanity game. Like if you'd have played that like a football Cards Against Humanity, it would be you'd get a card saying Dion Dublin, and then it'd be what did he do? Created his own drum. What else did he do? Hosts Homes Under the Hammer. Yeah, I just think if you think about a post-football career, working in telly is obviously an obvious one. If you look at like Gary Lineker, you look at Peter Crouch now. If you said Dion Dublin's going to work in telly, I don't think anyone would have put it on Homes Under the Hammer. And what I found was fascinating. If I thought back, go on, I'll ask you actually. When do you think Dion Dublin got the job on Homes Under the Hammer? Give me a year, ballpark.
2019.
You know what, genuinely, that was the year I was actually going to say as well. So I'll stick with that. I'll go 1 year. I'll go 2020.
Carl's just been to Google it. That's why he went off camera.
2021.
I'll go 2018. In fact, I'll take 1 year off what
Okay, so
Bob said.
we've got 2018,
Did they have-
2019,
did they have-
2021.
Did he have that on Transfer Market?
The answer is 2015.
Oh,
He's been on it for 9 years.
that's right.
Consistently.
I'm
Like,
going there.
that's what I mean. That
Oh, what-
now, that is a career. Callum
Yeah,
talks about longevity. Look at that.
At what stage would that eclipse his football career?
I think it already has.
Yeah.
Because he not only that, he's become so he's like he had a solid footy career, like as in very, very good player. And then not only that, he's become part of the meme world on Homes on the Hammer, which seems to be a
Yeah.
very, very memeable
Awesome.
show.
No context, Dion Dublin, the greatest.
But his thing is his catchphrase of the stairs leading to the bedrooms, alongside that Martin fella playing the piano. It's just it's just a great show to be part of, and I just think he'll go down in history as having a what do you call it, a sterling football career, and then a great TV career after it. Alongside, before we haven't even mentioned yet the Jube, which, as far as I can tell, is the most pointless musical instrument of all time.
I've got one.
Why?
I haven't actually.
Ah,
I was there when you met him though, Bob. I've got my photo. I mean, there's a photo. I had a Facebook profile photo which you could barely see because it was me Dublin Hanley.
can you send me that, Tosh, for the Twitter?
Yeah, I'll try and find it. I'm not on Facebook anymore, but I'll go back on and see if I can find it. Yeah,
Okay.
but it's the worst quality photo. It's taken like, oh yeah,
But I think that makes it even better.
yeah. But I'll do that. I think Dublin. I always quite like Dublin whenever he still reappears. Like for an FA Cup round, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And
I
I
like
actually
Football
think he's a
Focus
good
and that.
pundit.
Yeah.
He's a good
I think-
pundit, but he's got such an irritating speaking voice.
Oh, I disagree.
And
I like-
I say that as
There's no me on him.
Why have you,
That was
why
when he
have
was
you,
selling his.
why
That was
have
when he
you
was
got
selling his
matching tops?
jubes. He's got a jube top on. I haven't, but yeah,
got
he's
a
also got
jubie
size
top on.
clothes.
That was a better photo. So have all of us met Dion Dublin apart from you here, sure?
Yeah. Well, this is why I'm doing it. I think just to hopefully he'll reach out, come on the pod, and I can meet him. Well,
I think
anyway, yeah.
very good shout though.
So I'm going with Dion Dublin, and I'm genuinely, I think, based on how random it is, like Vinnie Jones, you know what I mean? He was a hard man in quotations. He was a hard man. Goes on to play a hard man in every film. Dion Dublin, so creative, so flexible, so versatile. The man can do anything. So it wouldn't surprise me if he had a third career with something else.
Well, he does. Football, telly,
Jube.
percussion. Yeah,
I
percussion.
don't think I don't think percussion can be an instrument for him. He just made a box.
Oh, they sold it, didn't they? So do you think it's just easy to? How many instruments have ever? What was the last instrument you invented? Like you heard of being invented? not specifically you. What was the last instrument you know was invented? I reckon it was like the piano and then the Jube and then nothing else.
yeah,
For like the
do you
last
know why?
1,000
'Cause
years.
I found a sponsor for the pod,
What? Jube.
the Jube Limited.
That sounds like an insult. Absolute dube, him, lad.
Right then,
Oh,
moving swiftly on.
this website for the Tube is wonderful, though. You're going to have a look at it. That is just a cardboard box.
Correct. Told you.
Nah, it's a funky cardboard box of anything then.
You should put that on the slogan.
Yeah,
The Tube, a funky cardboard box.
that's exactly what it is.
200 quid.
Right then, any more comments on Mr. Dublin?
No, I think it's a great shout. I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah, I think he's great. I think he just seems like such a sound fella as well. So I'm a big fan of Dion Dublin.
I think you're automatically going to win that, folks, because of the memes and the clips you can stick in when you do the poll.
Right then, I'll round us off then. So I had I'm going to give a couple of honourable mentions as well, just to people who popped into my head before the one I went with. So the first one was Stuart Pearce, who famously was an electrician before his career as a footballer, and famously had an advert in the programme at Nottingham Forest when he signed there.
Notts Forest.
Sorry. Advertising his electricity business, or well, I don't know, him as an electrician anyway. The other one I was going to mention is someone I've nominated before for Maroon 5, who I don't think won. Socrates, who was famously a qualified doctor as well, so would have been slightly different. And Callum's touched his gloves apparently, or seen his gloves or whatever.
Sounds like a euphemism.
Warn them.
Warn them.
What a guy.
The person I'm settling on is maybe slightly controversial. So he had a football career at Scunthorpe and Yeovil. Someone who's he's a bit of a maverick, doesn't play by the system. Ian Botham. So Ian Botham, famously one of England's greatest ever cricketers, maybe England's greatest ever cricketer, who also played in the Football League. So that I'm going to think maybe a slightly controversial one. I'm not going to add any more. I'm going to wait for a bit of stick maybe from people. But yeah, I'm going to go with Ian Botham. So he played for Scunthorpe, played for Yeovil, and whilst also playing for England and Somerset and lots of different countries. He played for England about 10 years. At one time was the world record holder for the most wickets taken. Yeah, great cricketer.
I don't think I'm going to give you any stick. I didn't actually know he was a footballer, so that's... You learn something new every day.
Yeah. How worthy can he be if you didn't know he was a footballer?
True.
What level were they at when he
Callum
played?
didn't know Vinnie Jones was an X-Men, so it's the same thing, really, isn't it?
What level were they at when he played for them?
Doesn't matter. No, there was Football League. He has played in the Football League. It was while he was as a cricketer as well. So
yeah.
Also, there used to be apparently a quiz question where you'd say, "Can you name 3 England captains who've played for Scunthorpe?" Ray Clements, Kevin Keegan, and Ian Botham. Use that one later. I mean, none of them played before were playing before 1980, so how relevant it is. But
yeah,
well, yeah, a great character, very much a maverick as well. Could have been in that sort of thing. Was constantly getting banned and shouted at by his cricket board and things like that. But just a great character, great cricketer. Not so sure he was a great footballer, but
great nickname as well.
Yeah, Beefy Botham. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he have a drug scandal or something?
Yeah, he did have something later on in his career. He had quite a lot of scandals, I think, Botham. He also got his lad out on Twitter at one point, I think, as well. But obviously, famously,
haven't we all?
Also, a Knight of the Realm, and does a lot for charity as well. So, I think he's a great fella.
Well done, Tosh. Good crowd.
Not well done, Tosh. Why? Not a footballer. It's not a cricket podcast.
Yeah, but
if it is, though, I could be on it.
Yeah, you could. None of us could, though.
He's very much Tosh is very much the Botham of the Keeping Up Appearances podcasting.
Yeah, I think
Rebel. And because I've got a bit of a bad boy.
You've got a bit of a bad boy. Where is he?
You've been on Twitter.
Yeah, so both of them are almost certainly the best career outside of football out of any of them people. That's one thing you can say for sure.
I like it.
See, Bob likes it.
And I hate cricket, so.
And he hates cricket.
What does that tell you?
Tells you everything you need to know. Right then, rounding it up then. So Some great suggestions for people who had alternate careers outside of football. We had Bob suggesting Thomas Gravison, Callum with Vinnie Jones, Sean with Dion Dublin, myself with Ian Botham, and then we're sort of having the obvious one as the topical one, which was Eric Cantona / Ben Arthur, whichever one you choose for them two French footballers. Right then, wrapping that one up then, make sure you get to X and vote, please. Get your votes in. And then we'll pass to Sean for the game of the week.
Right, so let's get our game then for keeping up appearances. So we've chosen 3 games from this weekend's fixtures. We've got the Manchester Derby, the big game of the weekend, Man City against Man United. We've got Nottingham Forest against Liverpool, and we've got Burnley against Bournemouth. Let's spin the wheel. And it's the one we didn't want, probably. Well, maybe not. It's Forest against Liverpool.
Bob's not here. He doesn't get to say Notts Forest. It's a real,
I know.
real
Ah,
shame.
here
Obviously,
we
come
go,
back.
here we go. As if you knew.
Right on cue.
Like the bat signal, that's a Bob saying someone saying Nottingham Forest properly.
Not
Any-
Forest. He's back.
Any thoughts of anyone? Obviously, Forest now below Everton in the league at the moment.
Take a draw.
Yeah.
Such a gimp, Callum.
What result
Right.
would you prefer, Bob?
What result do you want?
Both of them to lose.
And I'm the gimp.
You're wearing a cap indoors.
That's because of the paps outside.
It's honestly ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's one of them, isn't it? I think reality is Forest probably are going to lose. Are Liverpool going to have any of their players back? Obviously, don't know anyone's heard, but they've got a few injuries, Liverpool.
Absolutely loads of kids, though.
Yeah.
Loads of
Yeah.
kids.
It's surprising how many former players, kids they've got playing though. That did surprise me, none of which seems like any link to Liverpool really. That's
Link to Maroon 5, though.
correct, yeah.
I mean,
And
Jason
Sean.
Kumas. Jason Kumas, the only one, eh?
What do you mean?
He was at Liverpool, wasn't he, when he was a kid?
Was he?
Yeah. With,
Was
Well,
Neil Dans possibly as well?
he played
I
with
suppose
Gerrard,
he was
didn't he,
class, yeah.
Kumas? That was like a famous midfield duo, Gerrard and Kumas.
I think the famous midfield duo, Gerrard. That's the debate, isn't it? Could Gerrard and Kumas play together?
Evidently not. That's why one of them shipped off to Tranmere.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think I still probably go for a Forest win. I don't particularly care. It's just I would rather. I still think we might have enough, and Liverpool could still win the league. So you'd want them to pick up the points there. I think Forest have sort of in a bad sort of position. I think similar to ourselves, we haven't won since it's December. When was the last time we won? December the 16th or something. I'm sure Forest have
In
won.
84 years.
I think Forest have won one in something like 9 or 10 or something. It might be completely wrong on that, but it might have been even a different team I was thinking of. But they had that start with Nuno, didn't they? Where he won 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I think of recently. Do you know what? I think that's absolute nonsense. I reckon that's a different team. Did they win a couple of weeks ago? Yeah, Forest 4. Yeah,
Forest
Someone needs to
actually
check.
flying.
yeah. The
What are you
informed
laughing
team
at, Sean?
apparently.
What's Sean laughing at?
Tosh just making up facts.
Oh, right.
He made up a fact and it went, might not even be right, and it might not be the right team. That's what people come to this podcast for.
Yeah.
Up to date, factual information.
Tell you a team who are in great form. Forest. They are doing really well. Yeah, no, that's a different team now. Yeah, obviously lost on the weekend, didn't they, to Villa? I think, but obviously losing away to Villa, nothing to be too ashamed about there, and quite a decent record. Have beaten a few teams since they've been up at home. They beat United the other week. They beat Arsenal last year. I think it's quite a hard place to go to. I think for some of them teams, and if it is quite an experienced Liverpool team, you might think there's a chance of a little slip up there from Liverpool.
Liverpool play, is it tonight or tomorrow as well?
Yeah, tonight as we're recording. Southampton in the cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I suppose, and also I think then the week after they'll probably have Europe as well in the UEFA Cup, Europa League. So again, there's a hectic schedule with, with all the injuries they've got, and the only team with injuries as well, which is a shame for them.
You're wrong again. The Shite are playing tomorrow in the cup.
Yeah, but they don't know what night I was recording the podcast, so joke's on them, really.
Tuesday.
Spoiler.
Also, is it a thing where if they beat Southampton, is that the derby gets pushed back?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the second week, isn't it? The season, second to last week of the season.
Yeah,
Could be,
something like
so
that.
there's only 2 times, isn't there? One of them's the last week, so they'll be relegating us and winning the league in the same game, won't they?
And I will throw myself in the Mersey with lead shoes on.
Yeah, less think about that, the better. Anyone, any other thoughts?
Let's get some predictions.
Predictions?
I'll go with... Go on, Tosh, you can go first, go on.
I'm going to go a 1-2 Liverpool win.
I'll go 1-1.
I'll go Liverpool 3, Notts Forest 1.
Go on, I'll go 4-1 Liverpool.
Got 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1. I like that. Right then, should we get the magic number, Sean?
Yep. So, as always, we're looking between 50 and 450. And our number this week is 186. Are we picking a song of the week then?
I gave about 7 suggestions before.
Here, let's do the radio, though. Should we not do one with people who've had other careers? My first thought, Shane Ward on Corrie and a singer.
It's a good shout.
And a leg spinner.
And about
My goal.
God rest them.
Who?
I said, Shane, what? That's my goal. It's kind of football, as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not about. Oh, you could go Boyzone again because we're on one of those on one of the soaps.
Yeah, that's a good point as well. Yeah.
Just
Not
keep
all
on going
5, though.
Boyzone.
Could do a Boyzone one every week.
I reckon we go Shane Moore, It's an absolute classic. And if they listen to That's My Goal, they might listen to No Promises.
No Promises, absolute banger.
No Promises is
Did
so
you meet?
good.
Did you meet Shane? Did you meet him?
Yeah, we met him, yeah.
we stalked them. The pub was round the corner from the house in Sheffield, and the pub he was in put a tweet out saying Shane Ward's in.
I think it was the first time Griffin had got dressed for about 4 weeks, wasn't it?
Don't
You know
mention him. We'll be raving about appearing on the podcast again.
Do you know what was so heavy though? As you can imagine, if obviously knowing us too, we stood next to him at the bar for about 2 hours.
Got about 3 drinks.
And didn't speak to him. And then we were like, right, the pub's closing. we need to speak to him now. And we just went, Shane, can we have a picture, please? But tell you what a good looking man.
Me or him?
Definitely him.
Another baldy for you as well.
That is not anymore. I've seen him now.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think anybody has, Sean.
Oh, it's just me then. So there's your song. Shane Ward, That's My Goal. And then if you want to go on, there's probably a Spotify, This Is Shane Ward. Just listen to all of it. Banger after banger.
Won't take you long either.
Yeah, we'll probably just about started the Keeping Up Appearances game, and you'll be after you finish that one.
Can we do Leon Jackson next week?
Ah, now we're talking. Creative. What a song that is. Also describes Dion Dublin.
It's all working out here.
I know.
Since I've definitely lost the league now, I'm going to try and go a bit rogue now. So after missing last week.
I might go Martin O'Neill again.
Might go Nuno Valenti.
About 4 or 5 seasons for Liverpool, isn't it?
I'd like to name some of the old Forest teams, but I honestly would have no idea, how long they played. That's the problem with the older people. You've got to gauge because you remember them, don't you? So you'd like to guess some of that team that won the European Cup, but
I don't know any of them. I think I know 2 players, to be fair.
who were the 2?
Martin O'Neill and was Trevor Francis there.
Trevor Francis scored the winner in 79 against Malmo.
So he was then.
Only signed that season. First £1 million footballer. Some facts for the... What about John Robertson? Do you know John Robertson?
No.
He was supposed to be a baller. Left winger. He scored the win in the 80 final. Have you seen that? Have you not seen that? The documentary, the one about the Forest one, I Believe in Miracles?
No, I've never seen it.
It's very good. Would recommend. There's a book as well. I've got that book, but I haven't read it. Anyone going Forest?
I'm actually trying.
The player I've got was injured a lot, so
They are the ones to pick, aren't they, really?
To be fair, mine has been injured a lot as well for Liverpool. But I think when he had a couple of seasons where he played a lot. I think he's been there for maybe 5-6 seasons.
You implying yours is still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
obviously.
I've got.
Callum hasn't gone like after 2018, have you? Sorry, before 2018.
He's got a game plan. He sticks to it. You got to respect that.
Yeah, cheat. Good, solid game plan.
You throw that word around too much, Phil.
You saw it firsthand, Ross Barkley.
I'm third in the league, aren't I?
No,
I am, aren't I?
No, you're joint second with Tosh.
I've missed
Fair.
2 weeks, by the way.
Yeah.
Peter Shilton would have been in goal as well, Sean, just for Forest.
Oh, okay.
Didn't he come to SFX?
I'm
I
really
think of
struggling
other
here.
players. Kenny Burns. Who's that? So they play Forest. I'm just try and name the Forest team. John McGovern. Who's the one who used to? There was one who used to commentate on Sky. Gary, someone. Not Gary Taphouse, something like that.
Gary Horsfield.
Are we ready? Come on.
I've got
Yeah.
enough here. I'll come up with something.
I've got one Liverpool.
I've got one that I know no one will have gone with as me second. So I've got if someone goes my first.
So my guess is someone who is currently playing for Liverpool. I think he signed for Liverpool when he was quite young as a bit of a hot prospect than what he was. Came from Charlton, South Londoner. So I know all about him. I won't plug the book, don't worry about. So yeah, I think he possibly has been there for more than enough time, but has had a couple of long-term injuries. I think when he won the Champions League, he played a lot that season, I think. He had a couple of seasons where he was one of the mainstays, then he kind of dipped in and out, but he's kind of getting back into it now. My guess is Joe Gomez.
He has been there a long time, hasn't he?
I think he moved when he was like, I don't think he went straight into the first team. I think he moved when he was like maybe 18 or so.
He was
Think
definitely under like Rodgers, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he's
Played under Rodgers. But as you say, he's had injuries.
he's been there for like probably more than would be time, I think, for that number. But I think he's had a lot of injuries. So
Yeah.
Is he actually any good?
Joe Gomez, I think he was very, very, very good before his injury and that. But he seems to dip in and out now, doesn't he?
He's been shifted back out to like fullback as well. He's famous.
Yeah.
Is he now the longest? Is he the longest on the longest play appearances with no goal? I think in the league.
Yeah,
or something.
he said that on the final, didn't he? On
And
Sunday
again,
stuff.
there's your first goal scorer in the derby, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most
I think they're
likely.
like they're sort of making it out like a Tony Hibbert sort of thing,
Yeah.
or a
So-
Tony Hibbert who's won the league and the Champions League. Like, but yeah, I have no idea to be honest with you, Callum. It feels like he's been there too long, but as you rightly say, he's had lots and lots of injuries. He's probably had like times where he's missed like a whole season, hasn't he?
Mhm.
So yeah, could be a very good shout. I'm not. I wouldn't have an idea with that one. Anyone else want to dive in?
Go ahead, I'll go if you want. I found this one quite tough to judge. I don't know why. Just yeah, all my years got jumbled up a little bit. So I may have. No, I reckon this one might be around the number. So I'm going to go for it. I'm going for Raheem Sterling. I think it'd be around there.
I
don't
mean, that's
think
quite a
so.
good guess.
I think it's going to make me look stupid, but yeah, I'll go for it.
Yeah, another one poached from West London. Is that Callum? Oh no, is he Wembley based?
He's Wembley Sterling, yeah. He's
Where's
from-
that?
Yeah, that's like North, is that?
Yeah.
They robbed him from
West,
QPR though, didn't he?
Yeah, QPR. Yeah. which is sort of central west, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I reckon it's probably about the right time for him, Sean. I reckon he probably was that sort of 5 years-ish in around the team. He was obviously that first year under Rodgers. Yeah, Callum, start checking. I'll jump in next again. In fact, Bob, do you want to go?
No, I'm all right. I've got a few options.
Yeah, I've got a few. I tried to think of a Forest one, but was struggling, as I said. I think whether it's been cut out, it's just obviously the older players you don't really know. The only one I could think of younger that seemed to be there a good amount of time and is now gone and is still playing, Jack Colback was me thinking for a Forest one, but genuinely wouldn't have the confidence to say actually how long he was there, but seemed to be there a good 4 or 5 years and obviously play longer seasons in the Championship. I had 2 Liverpool ones. The first one, which is the one I'm going to go for, is someone who left in the summer, but again, in my head was there when they joined after the Madrid and left last summer. So Fabinho in the middle. Yeah, so if he joined in 2018 and left last year, that's about 5 years. Had spells of injury towards the end, but not too many. And obviously would have played in a lot of Champions League games, etc. So yeah, he was a great player as well. I was always a big fan of him. But yeah, and the other one I was going to say was, I thought I was just going to throw in Razor Ruddock, see how many he had. But again, it could have been any number, but just a big fan of Dean Razor Ruddock. So yeah. Anyone else? Sorry, last one, Bob. Sorry.
Yeah, I was thinking Fabinho as well.
Fabinho is my answer, Callum, if you're checking, sorry.
Yeah, I was thinking Fabinho, and I also thought Jack Colback for Forest. Also thought of the centre half who's left on loan, Joe Worrell. I think he's been on the books for quite a long time, but also had quite a few loans, so I didn't know what number that would bring up.
Yeah, he was their captain, wasn't he?
Yeah. Forest have just had too high a player turnover in the past 5 years to even think of one of theirs, really. So I'm not going to go for one of theirs. I had a few Liverpool options, as I said, Fabinho. I thought Coutinho as well. He was there for a fair few years, but probably made too many appearances. Also thought of the potential successor to Klopp in Xabi Alonso, because I think he was there for about 5 years. So I think I'm going to go for him.
I had him written down. Not that means anything to you.
I think the time
I've got no confidence now, Sean said it.
Change your mind, Bob, quick.
Well, if I'm not going to change my mind, but another name I had down on my list just because I enjoy saying his name, Stefan Honcho.
Yeah, I'd have no idea. Honcho feels like probably too long, but maybe not. I think Alonso's a good shout. Did he join the year he won the European Cup? So that's 2004, that season of, and then probably left 9 or 10, didn't he?
Yeah,
probably seems about right. Never seems to be troubled too much by injuries.
No, troubled by Rafa wanting to sign Gareth Barry, though.
Troubled by not being as good as Mikel Arteta.
Very good point. As a manager or a player.
Correct. Callum's got the answers in already. Unbelievable, this.
Well, he has just been on transfer market for the past half an hour, so that's why.
Callum's answer was suspiciously quick. Results are in, so we'll go as usual from last place up to first. Reasonable guesses. Well, most of them. So we've got in fourth place, 57 out with 129 appearances, was Raheem Sterling. That didn't even feel like a bit of a random guess as well. That was a proper go, that one, wasn't it?
I know, and I genuinely was quite confident that was going to be all right.
That didn't sound patronising at all, did it?
I'm gutted about that.
I thought it would have been more than that, to be fair. I thought that was a good guess. The next one then, all the rest within 30-ish, 35-ish. So in third place was myself with Fabinho, who had 219. So was 33 out. Yeah, a bit too many appearances. The next two were really close. So we had one that was 24 out and one that was 22 out. So in second place with 210 appearances, so 24 out, was Xabi Alonso. which means in first place this week, Callum, Joe Gomez, 208 appearances, so 22 out.
Sean looks livid.
That's just absolute nonsense.
But if we'd have done this 2 weeks later, Callum would have lost. That's the way I would think about it. Alonso's not getting any more appearances, is he?
Yeah, true. Unless
Yeah, good point.
managerial.
So if you're
schemes
listening,
count.
Stick with current players.
if you're listening to this in the future, if you're going back and like listen to the back catalogue, which I'm sure lots of people do, check Gomez's appearances then, and then Callum won't be first.
Yeah,
and
well,
that
to be
one.
fair,
And his- and
by
his
the time it
goals
comes
as
out,
well.
I'll be one more.
How do you know he's playing?
Probably play tomorrow.
How do you know?
I guess he will be. They've got no one else to play.
You're doing a lot of good guessing, aren't you?
Yeah. Can I just throw it out there? When we did it in person 2 weeks ago, Callum took an hour to come up with Ross Barkley.
And take
And
an
he
hour to come up with Ross
Got
Barkley.
Joe Gomez within 30 seconds.
I got Joe Gomez dead late on.
Oh, as if.
I just pick someone who's currently playing.
Sean, you can't let the bitterness take hold of you, Sean.
He
No,
does, he does
I'm-
spend this week masturbating over London football as well, doesn't he? So it's probably front of
Bob.
mind.
Bob,
So-
you're a disgrace.
Right, so after 27 games, let's look at our leaderboard. Bob still on top. He's now on 76 points. Callum has extended his lead in second. He's now on 68. Tosh is in third on 66. Sean is in fourth on 51. And our guests still on 22.
So thanks for listening to this week's episode of Keeping Up Appearances. It was another fun Marooned 5 with players who have had good second careers. Possible controversial shot by Tosh, but we'll let him have it. Possibly he might win. But I think Leon Dublin will be the deserved winner. So head over to X to vote who you think. We managed to just about beat Sean in a fantastic Any Given Saturday. Some great players mentioned there, some good nostalgic players, and a good Keeping Up Appearances competition at the end with some more good shouts. So yeah, try and follow us on social media. Share if you can, tell your mates. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Was I like the guest today, really?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So I saw a tweet the other day from John Lennon's son, Sean, say it quite apt for our podcast. Nostalgia is arguably just a form of depression.
Bloody hell.
Deep, that isn't it?
That's
Makes sense.
so deep.
Just especially for like Everton nostalgia.
Yeah. No, it's not good though when our whole podcast based on nostalgia.
I know, yeah,
And
but
it's just a deep
quite-
repressed depression.
it's quite a profound thought, though, isn't it?
It is. And what do you know what? From a very wise man as well.
Yeah.
A genius, his
Yeah.
son.
I like that.